BMRForum.com and BMRodds.com. What is going on, boys? Welcome back to the lobby, episode number 148. As always, each and every week, Mr. Reload Sports. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, doing well here, Bobby. Got the bucket hat on. It's getting sunny and hot.
Yes.
And we got the Belmont Stakes this week in Saratoga. They just had the opening day today for the week. Things are looking good. We got the NBA Finals tonight starting up. We got Stanley Cup action. Boy, it's a hot summer right now.
Yes, definitely. It's sad. The Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. The Belmont Stakes should be at Belmont Park, but I digress. Sammy, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Bobby? Yeah, I mean, Belmont's on the last year of their, construction on it. So this is the last year at Saratoga. My dad's working the event. I thought it started tomorrow, so he didn't get to play golf with me today. But yeah, it started today. It started off with a jump race, and he said that a couple of the horses fell. Steeplechase said 2 jockeys were unseated during the race. The horses didn't fall and were not injured. So steeplechases are always kind of that gamble, with the horses jumping over it. But so 2.
I haven't seen a steeplechase race in a long time. Reload, do they still do them? Are they popular still?
Yeah, they do them at Saratoga. It's once a week. The first race on Thursday.
Yeah. Huh. They used to do them twice a week at Saratoga. I think they did them. What was it? Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday, or something. But now it's they cut back a little. Yeah.
Yeah, but today's going to be turning out. I mean, like Relo said, the weather is absolutely beautiful. I just came home from the golf course, a solid 4.5 hours. It was 80 degrees. There wasn't a cloud in the sky.
You can't beat that.
What was that?
You can't beat that weather.
Yeah, because like 85, 88 degrees, it's too hot. 90 degrees, way too hot to be out on the golf course for that long. 80 degrees, 78, a little bit of wind. I couldn't have asked for a better round. I shot a personal best 80. I was stroking every shot. It was beautiful. We got the Knicks on tonight, starting game 1 of the NBA Finals, the first time they've been to the finals since the 90s, and I don't count myself in the 90s as a sports fan. So, I mean, I couldn't have asked, hopefully, for a better day and leading into a great night. Knicks in 6, maybe in 5. Let's sweep them in 4. But, yeah, I'm so excited. Let's bring on the bing bong, bring on the Knicks. Let's go.
All righty, Sammy. Reload, let me jump over to you. Let's start out on the diamond today.
Hang on. Before we talk about the diamond, Bobby, you were in the gym yesterday. Let's get a report on the gym, Bobby.
I was in the gym yesterday, Sammy. The gym was empty. It was about 12:30 at night. I was doing some laundry. The gym and the laundry here at the hotel are connected. So I stopped in the gym for maybe about 10-15 minutes and tried some of the machines. I wouldn't mind going back, as long as I'm dressed in appropriate gym attire.
We got to get you some gym attire. I didn't hear you say that like 20 times on the video.
Which obviously I didn't bring any proper gym attire because I was not expecting to go to the gym. But that being said, I wouldn't mind going back. There are some machines that look interesting. I wouldn't mind trying the Peloton. I wouldn't mind, trying some of the other ones. I like the fact that you can watch TV while you are on the machines. So I could watch an episode of something and, be working out at the same time.
That's a good way to distract, though. It distracts the brain into thinking of what you're doing. You're just watching a show. It's 25 minutes, and then you're just naturally going. Was there any scale in the gym?
There was a scale in the gym, but it was not a digital scale. It was one of those old school scales. I'm sure you guys have been to the doctor before where they got the two black things on it, and you have to move it. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing, so I tried to move. I said, just fuck it. I don't care.
They probably didn't have enough bars for your weight. That's the problem.
Reload, let's jump over to the diamond on baseball. What do you got?
Yeah, I took a look at the card tonight for baseball. Only one game I liked. I'm going with the Chicago Cubs, minus 125 at home against the Athletics. Cubs lost the opener last night, a tight 1-2-1. So they look for the bounce back here, and it was their first home game, home from a road trip, so maybe you can excuse it a little, and they'll come out firing a little more tonight in Game 2 of the series. And the A's are sending Jeff Springs to the mound. He's been brutal lately. 6 straight losing decisions. Gave up 3 home runs in his last road start in San Diego. I mean, who gives up 3 home runs in that park? So he's going to get crushed tonight, I think, by the Cubs. So Cubs minus 125, a low premium at home for the Cubs.
All righty, Reload. Thank you. Sammy, let me jump over to you. Let's get some diamond talk before we jump in to your Knicks. What do you got on the diamond today for us this afternoon?
Well, of course, we got the Yankees with Garrett Cole pitching because he's been a
Of course.
machine ever since he came back. So I got 4 home teams today, and Yankees is, of course, one of them, minus 150 over the Guardians. I like Boston minus 159 over Baltimore, division matchup. And then the Reds minus 150 over Kansas City, and the Cardinals minus 112 over Texas. I'm sitting at 119 and 91 on the year, so good record. But I am a juice guy, so of course the good record if a big juice starts to fall. But I'm plus 7 units on the year, so I'm plus 28 games, but plus 7 units because of all the juice. And as I just described, my 4 plays are all juicy. Who likes the dogs? Dogs aren't barking for me. I'm a juice guy. Give me the juice in baseball and give me the dogs in the Knicks. But those are my 4 picks for the night in baseball.
All righty, Sammy. Good luck with those. Reload, let me jump over to you. I know we briefly touched on it in the opening, but the Belmont Stakes is this weekend at Saratoga. What do you like in this one? Are you going to be betting any of the undercard races or just the Belmont?
Yeah, well, I always take a look at the undercard. Sometimes you can spot some good opportunities there. They say that sometimes that's where the real money is, but I'll take a look at the undercard throughout the week. It's quite a stacked undercard, and even some of these next few days have some stakes races thrown in that look pretty good. So always some opportunities with all the public money that goes in on these races at Saratoga, which is where the Belmont's being held this week. As far as the Belmont Stakes itself goes, I've started to look at the race. I've narrowed the field down a little here. I'll start with a couple of longer priced horses here. First of all, the longest shot in the field, Vitruvian Man, number 1, 30-1 in the morning line. Worth a look here. Doug O'Neill's the trainer. Some of you might remember Doug O'Neill, who had the I'll Have Another horse way back when, maybe about 15 years ago, I think. He had won the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness, but scratched him in the Belmont. That was a pretty controversial move at that time. I think he could have this one jacked up this time, though. Vitruvian Man finished 3rd in the Santa Anita Derby. I think he's picking his spot carefully coming east. I don't think he would bother with this unless he thinks this horse can hit the board. So that's one to look at. Another one, Emerging Market, number 8, was in my Derby arsenal among my picks there, but had a clunker. Still, though, it's Chad Brown, and you got to always look at Chad Brown when it comes to Saratoga and New York racing. He's morning line at 6-1, and you get a good value here off the bad race in the Derby. So that's worth a look. I'll probably include him in my mix somewhere. And then you've got the top 3 horses, and I'll probably include one of these 3, but you can't include all the low priced horses or you're going to end up going for too much. So we got Renegade, the 2-1 morning line favorite, Irad Ortiz and Todd Pletcher. Strong combination. Rapoli, the owner, we know how he is. He wants to win, but I just don't know if it's really worth 2-1. That's a pretty low price on Renegade. And knowing the Saratoga crowd, it could go even lower than that. So I don't know if it's worth the odds. That's the problem there. Same thing with Chief Wallaby, number 3, 3-1 in the morning line. I don't think Chief Wallaby should really be a solid second choice here. It is Bill Mott. It's Junior Alvarado. He did close for 4th in the Derby. He would normally be a really solid choice here, but 3-1 is a little too low for me. I would have liked to see higher odds there. Probably could hit the board, but I don't know if 3-1 is enough there. And also we've got Golden Tempo, number 9, 9-2 in the morning line, won the Kentucky Derby, keeps Jose Ortiz aboard here, has specifically targeted the Belmont, did not go to the Preakness. I think if anything, that's a decent choice right now I would have expected Golden Tempo to be lower odds than Cheap Wallaby, but you get the Derby winner at 9-2, hopefully maybe higher. I'm going to have to probably think of including Golden Tempo. I did have Golden Tempo in the Derby, and I might have to take them again here. So that's my overview for right now. Look for more this week when I post the picks.
All righty, Reload. Thank you. And thank you for that overview. Sammy, let me jump over to you. I know you are a horse guy with your father working the track this weekend. Have you taken a look at anything with any of the either the undercard or the Belmont itself?
Yeah, so the undercard, I'm not really a bettor unless I'm actually at the track and I can actually look at the post position and read the guides and all that stuff. But so for me, I'll bet the Belmont, but I'm not going to bet any of the undercard because I'll be at work all day. Reload had a great analysis. I agree on a lot of what he had to say. I do think Renegade is the rightful favorite. We all were right on the Kentucky Derby. He was the favorite, but he was the one position. He got squeezed so hard. If you watch that race at the opening, he got squeezed so badly as we kind of all projected, and then he just never came back. 20 horses. Now you're at 9, and now he's the 4 horse, which puts him right in the middle. So I think he's going to have a much better ride, and he's not going to have as much traffic. Of course, 9 field versus a 20 field. So it definitely sets up nice for Renegade. I agree. Chief Wallaby is a little bit too low in the odds. I didn't love him in the Derby. I think he should be sitting there at maybe 5, 6, 7 to 1 with some value, but 3 to 1 is way overpriced. I do like Commandment sitting there at the number 7 at 6 to 1. We'll see where he ends up falling, but I do like Commandment over Chief Wallaby. Golden Tempo, of course, is the Kentucky Derby winner, so the odds are going to be better just because it's a former winner. Right. So people could just be betting based off the Derby winner. And of course, 9 field, it's a longer race, so there's definitely a shot for Golden Tempo. But for me, I'm looking at Commandment and Renegade. And then Power Shift at number 2 if I'm marking out my 3. So those are the 3 that I'm going to be looking at. Again, I'm not a trifecta bettor. I'm a win bettor. If the value of Renegade drops, below 2 to 1, there's not a ton of value. Even at 1 to 1, hey, you get your money back plus some. But I'm going to be looking at Commandment, seeing where those odds falls. If it falls to like 4 or 5 to 1, I'll probably end up on Commandment there.
All righty, Sammy. Let me stick with you for just another minute. Can we briefly touch on this MLB contest? LT Profits and Tenko.
Yeah. Shout out Roofer. Sorry, I forgot to
shout out Roofer.
The Mesa, but Roofer $1,000 contest is now $1,250. Great job, Archie and Headsturks. You guys had a great battle. Unfortunately, you guys both finished in the negative units, so that means $250 is added to the pot for the new winner. So there was no winner for the month of May. So now for June, we have a $1,250 contest between LT Profits and Tenko. We're 2 days in. Obviously, long month, a lot of ways to go. But Tenko starting off 3-1 plus 1.68. LT Profits is 1-3 minus 2.26. So again, long way to go. 28 more days. That's 56 more picks. So a lot of variation that's going to happen. But again, you have to finish plus units or else there'll be no winner. 250 would be added to the month of July. We have no idea what we're doing for July. It's probably going to be, it can only be baseball related since that'll be the only sport going on. But 2 posters, we haven't even talked about who's going to be on there. We got all month to worry about it. But LT versus Tenko should be a great battle, and good luck to both of them.
Yes, good luck to both of them for sure. Reload, let me jump over to you. The Vegas Golden Knights took down game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Where are you leaning in game number 2?
Yeah, it looks like we're in for a fun series here. Vegas Golden Knights, I actually did have them in game 1, didn't post it. It was just something I threw in. I like them again in game 2. I think I'm going to just sit tight, hope the odds go up a little bit more.
Right.
And right now we're looking at plus 135 last I checked. I think there'll be some money coming in on Carolina, thinking that they'll bounce back. But give me the Vegas Golden Knights again in what should be another 1-goal game. That's what I think is going to happen. I'll take the money.
All righty. Sammy, your thoughts on it? Game number 2 of the NHL Finals?
Yeah, it was an awesome game 1. Exciting first period, exciting second, exciting third period. 5-4, that's what you're hoping for, a 1-goal game, potential for overtime. Obviously, that doesn't help the East Coast viewers staying up past midnight, but it's how much you want to watch. This series is an example of how tough it is to bet game to game. It's a 7-game series. Let's just say it goes whatever. It doesn't matter. 5 or 6 or
Five,
7.
six, yeah.
Every game is a pick 'em. So it's not like what's the edge? Carolina needs it so they don't go down 0-2. Like, that's not really an edge, especially in hockey where home ice isn't an advantage as it is to other sports. Of course,
Right.
Carolina needs to win, but that's not the reason why you might pick them. Do you pick a total? I mean, yesterday it went nine goals. I mean, the over-under is going to be 6 at pretty much every game, which means if it goes 3-3, it's guaranteed to go over, or you go 3-2, then you have an empty netter, which could go, then you have maybe another empty netter. So every game, you could just gamble on pick a side, pick a total, but there's no true, this is the way to go, this is the system to play. It's kind of, what do you feel in your heart? Do you want to go away? I mean, every game should be close, and every over-under should be flirting with the total. So this is where, did you pick a future bet and put a ton of money on a future? If not, then you kind of have to play and see if you can pick out a game. But there's no right side on any game. It's just what's going to happen. It should be an exciting series.
All righty, Sammy. Thank you. Speaking of exciting series, NBA Finals getting started tonight. Reload. Knicks and Spurs. Who do you like in this first matchup?
Yeah, well, I took a good look at this series. I think there's a lot of ways you could spin it. Is it the coming out for Wemby? Is it going to be the big series for him? He's been playing great, but you never know. There could be an injury along the way, that kind of thing. Spurs do have the home court. I did take the Spurs for the series. I grabbed it at minus 177 for the series earlier today. I thought that was a good price. But in game one, I do think the Knicks have a good chance. I think the Knicks could steal one of the first 2 games. The Spurs had a pretty grueling series with Oklahoma, and they did get 3 days off, which is going to seem like a lot to the Spurs. If you go back through the whole month of May, they never had more than 2 days off the whole month. And that's, you have to figure, is that going to take its toll sooner or later? Maybe it takes its toll in a first game like this. So I am hedging a little bit here, and I'm going to take the Knicks plus the points in game one. So Knicks plus 4.5 for game one, but I've got the Spurs for the series, and I'm going to mix it up a little bit there and see how it goes.
All righty, Reload. Good luck with that, and thank you. Sammy, let me jump over to you. I don't think we're going to have much of a discussion with you about it because we know you're on the Knicks, but what are you thinking about this first matchup?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when it comes to me and betting on my teams, I'm a homer, but I'm also logical in how I think. First off, the Knicks beat the Spurs during the League Cup, their in-season tournament.
The NBA play-in championship.
They did have a win during the regular season, which is cool, but obviously the in-season tournament means nothing. The Knicks have had 9 days off again. Now, if you look at the last series when they came back game one or 22 points down against the Cavs, which was, that led them to the sweep. Are the Knicks going to have a lull or a dud game one? Hopefully not. I expect this to be a tight matchup. This is another series where if you're not betting a future, every game, what are you going to pick and how are you going to justify it? I do like the Knicks. Obviously, I'm a homer bet. I do like the Knicks game one plus the points. I think it's going to be a very exciting season. I do not expect to sweep either side. I expect it to go at least 6 games. I'd love to see the Knicks in 4. I'd love to see the Knicks in 5. Do I expect it? No, I expect this to go at least 6. Injuries are a variable if anything were to happen, but the Knicks are healthy. That's the best you can ask for. 2 years ago, the Knicks had some hedgeway, which is why they didn't make it to the finals. Last year, Halliburton beat them, and now this year they are as healthy as you could possibly be. They had 9 days off after having 11 days off in the prior. I mean, they played 4 games all month of May because they've just been smoking them. And it's not about just winning. They've been smoking their opponents. I think one of the biggest matchups, of course, is going to be Karl Anthony Towns versus Victor, Wemby. Wemby isn't strong yet. Wemby is 7'3", but he's not strong yet, right? Giannis took 5 years to grow into his body. I think Wemby, we're still a few years away, and he's going to be even better than he is now. He's not strong yet, right? And you know what I mean by that. I think the advantage is that Karl Anthony Towns is stronger than Wemby. Wemby is bigger than him, but Karl Anthony Towns cannot settle for outside shots. He needs to drive to the paint. He needs to body up Wemby, and I think that's going to be a variable. And then your other variable is when Mitchell Robinson comes in, because Mitchell can compete on the defensive and offensive rebounds against Wemby. Shooters got to shoot. If they're just bricking, right? Assuming the shooters are going to shoot, Brunson is going to be a variable. Miles Bridges is going to be a variable. Mikal Bridges is going to be a variable. Josh Hart's going to be a variable. But, we need Jalen Brunson to put up 30 a game. We need Karl Anthony Towns to body up Wemby. I think that's going to be the variable. If they can body up and if they can beat up Wemby, that's going to go into, that's going to get into his head a little bit. If Wemby wants to sit outside and chuck threes, let him chuck threes. If he hits 2 or 3 a game, unfortunately, you're just going to have to deal with that. But if he's not getting points in the paint, that's where the Knicks have the advantage. I think the rebound game between Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson is going to be huge. They got to win the defensive rebounds. They got to win on the offensive rebounds. And if the shooters are if Brunson gets hot and can put up 35 to 40 points on a couple given games, the Knicks are going to win. I mean, it is so exciting. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get down in New York City. They're charging $200. Just for a watch party. The bars are charging $100 minimum tabs, which is the thing to do, and they're going to get that business. But then I have to train down there. Then I have to, go to a watch party, then train back. Then I got to go to work. The trains, I got to maybe take a train to Poughkeepsie. Then I got to drive an hour and a half back. What if I'm drinking? So it's not going to work out for me to get down to the city, even as close as they are. I'll be having parties at my house every single game. Pretty much all my friends know that my house is open.
Nice.
Some people come to the house after work just to have a pregame, and then they'll all disperse, and some of my friends are coming over at night. So my house, it could just be just me, or it could have 4, 5, 6, 7 people. If they want me to cook, I'll cook. But, yeah, I'm hosting. I'm not leaving my house on any game. I'm not watching it from a bar. I'm watching it from my home. And I'm hoping to be as excited in my pregame as I can be, every single game. I did not buy any finals merch. All right. It's not enough just to get there. I don't want any Eastern Conference Finals merch. I want finals merch. I was about to put in a big order about a week ago. I am waiting to press accept when they get all the finals merch. If not, I'm just going to go with generic Knicks merch. I'm not getting any Eastern Conference Finals. I don't need any participation trophy awards. I want finals merch. I'm as excited as I could possibly as a Knicks fan that hasn't been there since the 90s. And let's go. Let's fucking go. Bing bong. Bring it on, New York. Here we go.
Let's go. It's going to be an awesome time. And it sounds like it's going to be an awesome time at your house, Sammy. Too bad I am not closer. That's the best part about watching the games from your house. There's no line for the bathroom. The alcohol will be flowing. You can make what you want. Drink-wise, and you can cook what you want. So sometimes it's better just to, watch the games from home.
And we get Mike Breen. I mean, are you kidding me? Mike Breen, who is as best of a neutral analysis as he could possibly be. He is the New York Knicks home announcer, but when he's not on the Knicks, he's a neutral for ABC, and he is as good as you could possibly be. I know he's rooting for the Knicks, of course. And believe me, if they hit a late 3 under a minute, he's ready to double bang. He's even said that he is willing to triple bang. If the Knicks hit a buzzer beater in the finals, he will do a triple bang. Oh my God, I'm ready for a Mike Breen bang, like I'm ready for Bobby to lose weight. I cannot wait for it. Bring on the Mike Breen bangs.
Sammy, let me just stick with you for just another second. Let's get some daily tennis. What do you got today? How's the tennis thread looking?
Yeah, tennis thread is looking great. I mean, the Australian or the French Open has been the biggest upset tournament that I've seen in years. I mean, Alcaraz and Sinner have won the last 9 major titles for the men, and both of them are out. So you're going to have a new Grand Slam winner on the men's. The women, there's been a ton of upsets. You're going to have a 100-ranked woman that's in the semifinals that's going to move 70 positions up to the top 40, which is crazy. You have Kostyuk that hasn't lost yet. She's 15-0 on clay this season, who's going to make it to a finals against Andreeva. Both of them are top 10 players. Kostyuk beat Andreeva about 5 weeks ago in the Madrid finals. That's going to be an awesome. Schneider versus this wild card is going to be, a little bit under the scenes. Kostyuk and Andreeva, you could definitely have predicted. Schneider, no way you could have predicted. This wild card, no way you could have predicted. Definitely Andreeva or Kostyuk, the winner of that match, is going to be favored. On the men's side, you got Berrettini right now in a battle. On the men's side, you got Flavio Cabillo. That's going to be a top 10 men's player. And then you got the chalk, which is Alexander Zverev. It's his to lose. If he doesn't win this title, he will never win any Grand Slam. This is his 5th ever French Open semifinals. He should be in the finals. He will be a massive favorite to win the finals. I'm rooting for Zverev. It's his time. He deserves to win a Grand Slam, and I'm really rooting for him there. As far as my record, I'm plus 6 units in the French Open. I'm plus 34 units on clay, and I'm plus 50 units on the year. I mean, how much free play do I got to post out? If you're just looking to blindly follow, you're up a ton of units. Great conversation. And I love a ton of guys winning, a ton of guys texting me, messaging me on the side. So, yeah, the tennis conversation is great. A lot of guys on board. And it's been just a wild, wild tournament.
Awesome, Sammy. I am really happy to hear that. And best of luck with all the tennis action. That being said, boys, best of luck with all your action this upcoming weekend. We have a lot going on. We have NBA Finals. We have NHL Finals. We have the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. Great time to be a sports fan. Nothing better than playoff action. Plus, you have MLB as well, thrown in the mix. So, great time to be a sports betting fan. Great time to be a sports bettor. Great time to be a sports fan in general. But good luck on all your action, boys, and we will see you around the forum.
See ya.
All right.